Today, we're going to discuss about dividing rational algebraic expressions. Okay, lastly, we have discussed already about multiplication. We're going to use that concept for this topic. Okay, say for example, you have your A over B divided by C over D. So, in elementary, you just divide the numerators and divide also the denominators. But now, we're going to do like this. But, see to it, you should know which of the rational algebraic expressions is the dividend. So, of course, the first RAE is the dividend. And then second RAE is the divisor. Okay, so what to do? Okay, you just copy the dividend, which is A over B, and then you change the operation from division to multiplication. So this becomes multiply by the reciprocal of the divisor, which is D over C. And then apply multiplication. A times D, that is AD, over B times C, that is BC. Okay, class, B or C must not be equal to 0. Why? Because when you have B or C, which is equal to 0, that becomes undefined. Okay. Now, let's have example. Okay, let's have number 1. You have there 15 over 3 divided by 20 over 6. Okay, let's do the procedure. So, 15 over 3 is the dividend. So, just copy 15 over 3. Then, change the operation from division to multiplication. And then, change the divisor into its reciprocal. So, that becomes 6 over 20. And then, since I told you about cancellation, so we're going to use the cancellation method. So, cancel numerator versus denominator. 15 and 20, their GCMF or GCF is 5. 15 divided by 5, that is 3. 20 divided by 5, that's 4. Next is 6 and 3. Okay, look for the GCF. GCF is 3. 3 divided by 3, that's 1. 6 divided by 3, that is 2. And you multiply the remaining numbers. But let's notice you have your 2 and 4. Still, you can still factor that, in which their GCF is 2. Okay, let's factor that out. 2 divided by 2, that is 1. 4 divided by 2, that is 2. Okay, simplify. So, you have your 3 times 1, that is 3. 1 times 2, that is 2. So, the answer is 3 over 2. Now, let's proceed to the example number 2. 6ab squared over 4cd divided by 9a squared b squared over 8c squared d. So, first, we're going to change it into multiplication. So, you just copy the dividend, 6ab squared over 4cd, and then change the operation into multiplication, and then get the reciprocal of your divisor, which is 8c squared d over 9a squared b squared. And then now you will do the cancellation. Okay, for 6 and 9, the common is 3. 6 divided by 3, that is 2. 9 divided by 3, that is 3. Then for a and a squared, their GCMF is a. A divided by a, that is 1. A squared divided by a, that is a. And then b squared, you have there also denominator b squared, meaning the 2 will be cancelled out, which their quotient is 1. 4 and 8, their GCMF is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 2, 4 is 2. Then C and C squared is this GCMF is C. C divided by C, that's 1. C squared divided by C is just C. And then your D, you cancel that out. Okay, so meaning the answer will be simplified. You have 2 times 2, that is 4 times 1, 4 times C. So this becomes 4C over 1 times 1, that's 1, times 3, that's 3, times A, that is 3A. M cubed over minus 1000 over m squared minus 20m plus 100 divided by m squared minus 1 over m squared minus 9m minus 10. Okay. So first, you express it into multiplication first. So you have there m squared, copy the, that is m cubed minus 1000 all over m squared minus 20m plus 100 multiplied by, okay, reciprocal, m squared minus 9m minus 10 all over m squared minus 1. And then you factor. Okay, first class is you look for the GCMF. M cubed minus 1000, for the GCMF, there is none. So proceed to other factoring technique, which is, this is difference of 2 cubes. So express first to the power of 3 or to the power of cube. So m cubed minus, this is 1000 is 10 cubed over, you have your trinomial, there is no GCMF, so proceed to factoring trinomial. So expected, you have 2 binomial factors. So m squared factor, so m, and 100. So to get negative 20m, so of course you could have negative 10 and negative 10 times. So for this, m squared minus 9m minus 10, there is no GCMF, so meaning that is factoring general trinomial. So you have your 2 binomial factors. So m squared, factor that out, so m. Negative 10, so that you could get negative 9m. So that would be negative 10 and positive 1. And for denominator, m squared minus 1, that is difference of 2 squares. So before that, express that into to the power of 2. So it's easy for you to factor. Minus 1 squared. Okay. Factor this m cubed minus 10 cubed. That is difference of 2 cubes. So m, get their base. Minus 10. Okay, get the trinomial factor. Square of m squared. Then multiply the 2, so plus 10 times m, that's 10m. And then square of 10, that is 100. Then copy m minus 10 over m minus 10 times m minus 10 over m plus 1. Okay, here, difference of 2 squares expected, you have 2 binomial factors. How? M squared, so meaning get the base. So m, then plus minus. Get the base, 1, 1. And then, now you canceled out. So m minus 10. Okay. And then, you have there another m minus 10. Okay, for numerator and denominator. Again, m plus 1. So, the final answer would be m squared plus 10m plus 100 all over m minus 1. Okay, that's the answer. Okay, for more videos, please subscribe this video channel. Thank you. God bless.